In this video, I'll show you exactly how we made an extra $290,000 for a smaller regional flight school using one of our marketing systems. Firstly, I'll break down and give you a framework around the scenario so you have a full understanding of the time frame and how we made this happen. And then I'll go over the exact system that we implemented from a marketing standpoint and the workflows and automations that managed to achieve this result. Okay, let's get into it. So we worked with this particular client back between the dates of August 2022 and May 2023. This is a 9-month period. Another vital point that I want to make here is that it was a good business. So it had good bones, it had good operational structure, and a key part of marketing is that, essentially a lot of business owners will think that marketing is the problem in their business. And when a lot of the times it may be a combination of marketing and the operational side as well. So the last thing you want to do is tell more of the world through marketing about your shit business and say, hey guys, come and check this out. Look how crap it is. So fundamentally, we want to make sure that the marketing that you're offering is backed up by a great experience for your customers once they actually get inside of your business. And this particular flight school had a really good operation, really good equipment, really good staff. So they had all of their internal structure ready to roll for a good marketing campaign, which was a huge reason why this did so well for them. Another point that I want to make is that the owner of this flight school put a huge amount of trust in me and Copilot software as a business to generate the results that they needed, and basically had an open door policy, is that any information that I needed from him was there for the taking if it helped benefit the business. And that's a really good relationship to build things off when you're working closely with a company like ours doing some marketing, is that the more open book you can be about the results you want to achieve, where you currently stand, the better results we're going to be able to generate for you with the more data we can get, which is why he's happily shared some of these figures with me and allowed me to produce this video for you. The last point I want to make around the framework is that the reason we only worked with this flight school for a 9-month period is that they actually sold the business. So initially wasn't a goal that I knew about, but once we got to a certain point, he was really happy, and I'm extremely happy for him as well, that they managed to sell the business and he's moving on to bigger and better goals that he had within aviation. So an overall great result, and even though he's obviously not a client of ours anymore, I couldn't be happier for him. So that's the reason why it was only a 9-month period. The figures that we've got here, as far as the results that we generated during that 9-month period, we gauged our results based on a year-on-year structure. So say, for example, we tested August 2021 against August 2022 when we first started, and in the same way that January 2023 numbers would be compared to January 2022 numbers. And that's how we got the results of the $290,000 was compared to the previous year. The smallest margin we made during this period was early on, because it does take a while for the marketing effects of the system to snowball. And the smallest month-to-month margin we had during this period was we made an extra nearly $12,000 for a month. That was our lowest result, varying year on year. Our best result obviously came towards the end of that marketing program, which was $62,000 or over $62,000 more than the previous year for the highest month towards the end. So it wasn't May, but I believe we're around June. June, we actually made the biggest gap between the previous year and what we managed to achieve for them. Another key indicator is that their highest revenue month ended up being $129,000 or over $129,000 for 1 month. Prior to us working together, they had never achieved over $100,000 month before. Our first month that we achieved over that was $104,000, and then once we hit that target, we never went back under the $100,000 a month mark. So really happy about that. And then that was close to running into when they decided to sell the business. So those are some key figures around and the journey of that 9-month period around what we managed to achieve for this flight school. And now what I'll do is I'll flip the board over and I'll show you exactly what we implemented for this flight school to help achieve this result. Okay, so this is actually from a previous video on the channel, which I will leave, if you're interested in how the full system works, I'll leave a link to that at the end of this video that you can click on and check that out. But because this client was earlier on in our own business journey, we actually didn't have some of the features that we can now implement and now that we've built into our system. So theoretically speaking, we can generate some better results for our current clients now. So what I'll do, I'll quickly rub this out and I'll show you exactly the system that we implemented for these guys. Okay, so the system that we implemented for this particular flight school was that we set up paid ads for them. So we started actually running a trial flight offer. I'll put another video on the channel about why I think trial flight offers work so well for flight schools. I know some owners are on the fence about if you should offer trial flights at a discounted rate and all that sort of thing. So I'll do another video on a trial flight offer and break down some of the financials behind why we believe that it is a really good offer to have in your system. So we ran the trial flight ad. Obviously there is layers to running an ad, which is what we help with, from the content creation, the copy that goes on the ad, and then the targeting for your specific audience. That one is a topic for another video. And we also ran some organic content. On the organic content note, I just want to kind of put a spotlight on, a lot of people overthink organic content. And as long as you are posting student achievements, trial flights that people have taken, licenses, first solos, etc., it's used similar to a Google review, especially when you're running paid ads, because when you run a paid ad, people can click on your profile at the top of the ad before they even opt in, and they can go and check out your organic social pages. Now, if you're advertising something, whether it's an RPL, PPL course, theory course, or a trial flight, what people want to see is they want to go over to your organic content and actually see people achieving the thing that you're promoting in your ads. So in regards to organic content, that's pretty much the level we went to. We just made sure that all of the instructors and all of the staff had place. It was actually a WhatsApp group where they could share images, and we set a reminder to let them know every week, remember to take photos, remember to show your students achieving something. And that's all that we would put on their social media to help leverage the ad campaign that we were running. So once we had the ad up and running and optimized and the target audience was being generated, we actually sent them straight to a lead form to leave their details. And part of that is making sure that on your ad, you've got enough detail to answer majority of the quick questions that they have, whether that's pricing, duration of the flight, location, things like that. And then they're more than willing at that point. Okay, so we send them straight to a lead form where they'd fill out their name, phone number, and email. Most people, if they're interested, are happy to do that to find out more information. Once they've filled out the form, actually send them to an optimized landing page. So this landing page goes into further detail on the promotion that you're running, whether it's for whatever product, whether it's a trial flight. In this particular instance, more information on a trial flight, frequently asked questions, and an option to purchase. So full payment built into the landing page. Once again, there are parameters just like running ads that you need to go to make sure that your landing pages are converting highly. Once potential client has filled out a form, we send a link via SMS. So the way that they get access to this landing page is we actually send an SMS and an email through an automation at any point. So 24/7, the customer has seen an ad, filled out their details, and then quickly got a link to this landing page within seconds of filling out the online form. Okay, and then we run them through lead nurturing automations. So the first text message basically says, thank you for filling out the form, sends a link to the landing page. So then we run the lead details through automations and send SMS, email, excuse the handwriting, SMS, email, and voicemail automations to nurture those leads. So the leads automatically get nurtured, and if they reach back out at any point, that's when, or if they need a human to step in, one of the staff members to call them back, then the automations let the staff members know that, hey, someone's reached out, time to jump into the system and get back to them. So sometimes you'll find that a percentage of people will automatically buy. There's enough information on the landing page for someone to make that decision. Others you'll find through the automations over time will ask further questions, will not even bother clicking the link to look at a landing page and just want to ask the questions they can have answered there, but just want to ask them in person. So we make sure we cover for both types of buyers. So this is the bulk of the system that we set up for this particular flight school. And then what we do over time is add some extra layers. So as you're building up the volume of leads that you have, obviously there's a percentage of customers that buy and some that don't. So what we do is we revisit the database that we're slowly building over the course of that 9-month period, and we use what we call so what we call database reactivation. There's a few ways we can do this. We filter out any customers that haven't made a purchase, and we can offer a further discount. So you think events like Christmas, Black Friday, the flight school's birthday, basically any scenario that you can come up with a reason or a sale to discount and offer it to the database that hasn't made that purchase yet. You're going to get people that are on the fence with that small little discount or added bonus to jump on and buy a trial flight. So that's what we did. We used multiple campaigns internally to then reach out to the customers and hit them again with an option to buy. So this system for us is actually a fairly basic system compared to what we're building out for flight schools at the moment, but it works. You know, there's a saying, a KISS saying, keep it simple, stupid. Because simplicity works. At the end of the day, all of these systems are fairly easy for us to set up for you. You don't need to have a technical background. We do all of these system building for you. So that's the bulk of the system that we built out for this particular client. It's a fairly basic one for us compared to what we're currently doing for new clients now, but it gives you an idea of the automations and the systems, the marketing systems you can build in to generate more revenue for your flight school. And even though this was fairly early on in our business as Copilot software, we managed to generate some really good results. So our new system that we're using now is even more supercharged than the one that we managed to get these results for this client. If you're interested, I'll leave a link down below. Happy to jump on a Zoom call with you if you want to have a further discussion. No hard sales tactics. We'll probably end up just talking about flying for most of that meeting anyway. So yeah, thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.